Talk about a crusher. Yes! Oh!
Are you kidding me?
And gone!
Welcome back to the Schoolyard Sports podcast. I'm the host of this podcast, Lane Frank. We're now on episode 210. So we're 210 episodes through, and I got an action-packed episode planned for you. Rory McIlroy has won the Masters. The NBA playoffs are here. Give you a little NFL draft news up in this episode. MLB in full swing. We got a little college football controversy in April. So let's get into an action-packed episode 210. Let's hop into it. Let's start off episode 210, how we always do, with our headlines and the NBA. First things first in the NBA, the playoffs are here, and I can't wait to pick them later on this episode. So I don't want to say too much in the headlines about the NBA, but we got the playoffs on a roll right now. NBA play-in going on right now, time of recording. That's about the headlines in the NBA this week. For the NFL, the draft, it's coming up, and we're going to get ready for our NFL mock draft special. In this episode, I'll give you my top 5 NFL draft players going to this draft. Can't wait for that in the top 5. Got that coming up. And Jalen Ramsey is gone as a Miami Dolphin. They haven't cut him yet. They haven't traded him yet. But it doesn't seem like those two sides are going to reconcile. It looks like Jalen Ramsey is gone out of the Miami Dolphins facility, out of the Miami Dolphins team. That's going to happen this offseason. And MLB, not too much news in MLB. Of course, we got our season on a roll right now. Some teams playing well. Padres, Mets, Yankees cooled down a little bit. But the Yankee slugger, Aaron Judge, was named the WBC 2026 captain, everybody. And that's about for the headlines this week. Short headlines, but get ready for an action-packed rest of the episode, 210. Now, take of the week. This week's take of the week, it's about the man who has got the greenest jacket of them all right now, Rory McIlroy, the newest Augusta 2025 Masters champion. It's a long time coming, a very long time coming. Rory McIlroy may have just introduced a new phrase to me and everybody else in this world. If you're going to say something's a long time coming or something is going to happen one day, just say Rory McIlroy. Because one day you knew he was going to get this, but he never got it. One day he was going to get it. It was a long time coming, but he got it. And that's what Rory McIlroy is. He signifies that one day it's going to get done. And he did it right here at Augusta in 2025. Couldn't do it in 2011. Couldn't do it in 2014. Didn't do it in 2018. Came in third. Couldn't do it in 2022. Came in second to Scottie Scheffler. But he did it this year, everybody. At the Masters, at Augusta. What a special moment that is for Rory McIlroy to complete the Grand Slam. To be in an elite conversation of golfers, Rory McIlroy. What a career it's been for him. What a start to the career he had. What a mid part of his career he had at a certain point. And now where he is now, where he's a green jacket, a Masters champion. Special right there. Rory McIlroy, one day it's going to happen. And it happened at the 2025 Augusta Masters. April 13th is a great day for Rory McIlroy and Augusta. That's about for Take of the Week this week. Now, top 5. This week's top 5 is the top 5 NFL draft prospects for this NFL draft, who I think is going to have the most productive careers out of these guys. The top 5 prospects, not based on mock draft, but prospects in this year's NFL draft. Let's hop into it. For 5, the bruising running back, who I think could be a top 10 pick, Ashton Jeanty. This guy's flying up draft boards. He's a Saquon Barkley type of talent, not type of player, but type of talent right here. Ashton Jeanty, when you look at pass running backs that have gone in the first round, closest I can think of for him, at least where he's going to go wise, is Saquon Barkley. Ashton Jeanty, number 5 on my list. For 4, he's fallen for me, and he might fall in my mock draft in the next few weeks. Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter, he's a great player. When you break down the tail of the tape, he's small. 6'3", 250, 300 pounds, 280. That might be more of an ideal size for an edge rusher in the NFL. When you look at the top guys, the Aiden Hutchinsons, the Boses, the TJ Watts, Abdul Carter doesn't really fit in that range. Plus the injury concerns, but he's still an awesome pass rusher. 4, Abdul Carter, and he did shut down Ashton Jeanty in that playoff game, that Fiesta Bowl. So put Abdul Carter at number 4 over Ashton Jeanty at number 5. Number 3, Travis Hunter. Now, he made a statement this week. He said, I'm going to play both. If you're not going to let me play both offense and defense, don't pick me. I'm not playing. Send me to the CFL. Send me to the AAF. Send me to the UFL. I'm playing both offense and defense. That's a statement right there. He's the top prospect. Number 3 on my list, Travis Hunter. Number 2, a guy who made a play every time he needs to make a play in his career. A guy who's been a starter every year in his career. A guy who only played 3 years of college football, but he's a baller, and he's the right size, and he's a defensive tackle, which are a dime a dozen in the NFL. Mason Graham. Mason Graham's an awesome guy who's going to be clutch for an NFL team. He's a great player, played all 3 years at Michigan, like I said, and he made plays. You look at the first year at Michigan, he made plays against Ohio State. His second year at Michigan, he makes a huge play on 3rd down in that Rose Bowl against Alabama, helps secure that national championship for Michigan, helps secure the win 2024 against Ohio State for Michigan. He's an awesome player. Mason Graham, number 2 on my list of NFL draft prospects. And number 1, we're going to say, Lane, you call Abdul Carter undersized. What are you going to call this guy? His hands might be tiny, but he's an awesome player and he's a great talent. Will Campbell. You want offensive lineman. You want longevity. You want the best guy who I can say is a surefire bet to be a Hall of Famer, to be a 15-year starter. Will Campbell, LSU, offensive lineman. That's about for the top 5 this week. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Now, did you know? This week's Did You Know is in honor of Jackie Robinson Day. Did you know Jackie Robinson played 4 sports in his time at LSU? Not just baseball, but he also played football, basketball, and track at UCLA. Didn't know that? Leave that in the comments. That's about for Did You Know this week. There's no sugarcoating here. We've got an issue in college football, a very big issue. I've alerted it before, but now it's come to my full attention. NIL, and I know it might be part of the problem, is a huge issue in college football. Now, the reason I say it might be part of the problem is I am on the UTEP NIL advisory board. Now, I'm not going to be talking about that as much, but I'm going to be talking about how for these big market teams, it can really impact things. And for players too. Nico Iamaleava. I remember this story. I was in 8th grade when he committed to Tennessee. It was fall of my 8th grade year, so it's fall of the 2021 college football season. NIL was very new. There was a report that Nico Iamaleava was getting $6 million to go play for the Volunteers. At the time, everybody was like, that's ridiculous. That should never happen. This is a disgrace to college sports. Now Nico's fighting over $4 million, so obviously that report wasn't true at the time. My point is, though, this guy's been committed to the Vols since 2021, since he was a junior in high school, like me. Now he's going into his junior year of college, junior year at Tennessee, and he wants to leave. And he is going to leave at this point. He wanted $4 million from Tennessee, and Josh Heupel said, hey, see ya, take the high road. You're gone. You're out of here. Now, Josh Heupel's okay with not having a quarterback for next season. He's okay with rolling George McIntyre, a true freshman out there. He's okay with maybe going after a player in the portal. Maybe that's South Alabama quarterback. Maybe somebody else. Maybe if North Carolina gets Nico Iamaleava, one of their quarterbacks transfers, he can get Max Johnson to come to Tennessee, Josh Heupel. I don't know. But he's saying right here, we're not going to have a guy, a kid, sit up here and say, I want $4 million or I'm gone. This isn't pro sports. You don't even see some pro sports. This is college football. And this is why there should be contracts in college football. They're starting to become contracts. Throw an example. Jalen Daniels, Kansas quarterback. He wanted more NIL. They gave him a contract. Boom, boom, boom. He gets his NIL. Now, Nico says, whoa. I signed my deal a long time ago. Now, these guys, they're getting all this money. Where's my money? I want more than $2 million. Give me 2 more. Give me 2 more. And I'll get my $4 million. I'll sign that contract. I'll put on that Tennessee orange and be proud of it. But now Nico Iamaleava was like, I'll go play for Tulane. Oh, no, they don't want me. I'll go play for North Carolina. I don't think they want me. What if I go home to UCLA? Well, they don't want me. What are my options now? USC? Somewhere else? Notre Dame? Or what if Nico Iamaleava has to say, hey, I'm sorry, I want to come back to Tennessee? If I'm Josh Heupel, I'd never say yes to that. I would never say yes to that. But it's a bigger issue in college football. These guys are transferring. Maybe because of NIL, maybe because the transfer portal is just an issue. But Nico Iamaleava's 2023 recruiting class, pretty much every one of those top quarterbacks has transferred. Arch Manning was number 1 in that class. He's the only guy on this list to not transfer. Nico Iamaleava was number 2, transferred. Dante Moore, transferred to Oregon. Number 4, Jackson Arnold, transferred to Oklahoma. Number 5, Malachi Nelson. We had him on the show a few months ago. He transferred to Boise. He transferred to UTEP. 6, Jaden Rashada. He transferred from Arizona State to Georgia to now probably community college for Jaden Rashada. 7, Aiden Chalice. He's a starter now at Michigan State, but he transferred. Last one on this list was Austin Mack, transferred from Washington to Alabama. He's not going to start this year for Alabama. Ty Simpson is. The theme is, these guys are transferring more than ever in college football. If that's the 2023 class, what's the 2024 class going to look like next year? What does that mean for the 2025 class? Are these guys never going to start? What has NIL done to our sport? It's an alarming issue that Nico Iamaleava didn't create, but he raised. That's the take of the week. That's the spotlight for this week. The second take of the week for you right here, and the spotlight on college football in 2025 and what's become to where we're getting this big of news in April. It's time to make my NBA playoff predictions. I like watching NBA playoffs. I don't really like watching NBA regular season, but I love watching NBA playoffs. It's a great time of year when not many other things are going on. It's awesome. And we got some new faces in here, and we got some old faces. So let's start out with just picking these rounds. I think the Cavs, whoever they play out of the play-in, they advance. And it's awesome to see the Cleveland Cavaliers. They could never get the 1 seed under LeBron James, but they can get it right here. And they get the win in that first round. Cavs move on. Bucks versus Pacers. Some matchup we've seen before. We saw it last season in the first round. We saw the Pacers advanced to the conference finals last year. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo, he wants his revenge a little bit. I know Damian Lillard's not going to play here, but I'm going to go with the Bucks over the Pacers to advance to the second round. Knicks versus the Pistons. Everybody loves these bad boy Pistons. I love my New York Knicks, though. Knicks over the Pistons, no question about it. Too strong, too much depth. I like Cade Cunningham. I think he's a budding star. Kind of weird to say that for a former number overall pick, but Knicks still a better team. Knicks get this job done right here. Celtics also advance. I think they'll play the Magic after they win their playing game tonight. But Celtics, I think they win that series in about 5 games. Let's call it. Celtics move on to the second round. Let's move over to the West. We get the Oklahoma City Thunder as the number 1 seed. Let's go with the Thunder in that series to advance to the second round. Clippers versus the Nuggets. I like this Clippers team a lot. I know a lot of people do. I think James Harden's hitting his stride. Kawhi Leonard, he's hitting his stride right now. A few other guys in this team. But let's go with the Clippers over the Nuggets. Sorry, Nikola Jokic, but you can't fire your coach a week before playoffs and expect to win a series. Clippers over Nuggets. A little upset right there. Lakers versus the Timberwolves. I don't see a 6-3 upset right here. Bit disappointed the way this Timberwolves season went. I thought they could have had a much better season after making the conference finals last year. Would have expected them to get the 3 seed and the Lakers to get the 6 seed, but tables have turned. Lakers are the 3 seed, and they have Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Lakers over the Wolves. Too much for Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rockets versus who I think they'll play, the Golden State Warriors. Rockets the 2 seed. A little bit beat up, a little bit run down. Haven't played as great as of late. So I'm going to go with the Warriors to upset the Rockets in that series. Just way too much playoff experience. They own them in the playoffs going back to 2015, you can say. Warriors over the Rockets, and they're familiar with them in the playoffs. They played them in the conference finals in 2015, first round 2016, I think conference finals in 17, 18, maybe even 19 in there. So they're familiar with this squad, but the Rockets lose to the Warriors once again in the playoffs. Moving back up to the East, Cavs versus the Bucks. Winner goes to the conference finals. I'm going to go with the Cavs here. Just too much talent, too great of a season they've had. Cavs into the conference finals. Knicks versus the Celtics. It's tough because the Knicks have made the second round for 3 straight years now, and they still haven't gotten to that conference finals. And I don't think they will this year. I think they run through a roadblock. Celtics, the reigning champions, just too good. Celtics move on to the conference finals. Now, who will make the conference finals in the Western Conference? Will it be the Clippers or the Thunder in that first game? It's going to be a great series. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going up against his former team. I think this Clippers squad, they know what they're doing out there, but the Thunder, they've just had too good of a season. They're too hard to beat in the playoffs right here. I'm going to go with the Thunder into the conference finals. Lakers versus the Warriors. A little West Coast action right here. Rematch of that 2023 Western Conference semifinals. And the Lakers got the job done that series. I think they get the job done again right here. Lakers into the conference finals. Let's take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Moving our way, get back up to the East. Let's go with the Cavaliers versus the Celtics. Winner makes it to the finals. It's a good matchup. A matchup you saw back in 2016, 2017, 2018. And you're going to see it again right here. But I'm going to go with the Celtics this time over the Cavs. Back in the LeBron days, the Cavs owned the Celtics in the playoffs. But let's go with the Celtics. Jason Tatum making his 2nd straight NBA Finals and 3rd in the past 4 years. Next one, moving over to the Western Conference, we've got the Lakers versus the Thunder. Too much talent on both sides, really. But I think the Lakers at the end of the day. Rui Hachimura, that's the first name I'm mentioning right here. Austin Reeves, LeBron James, JJ Redick, and Luka Doncic piece it all together to get to their first finals since 2020. And we've got that Boston versus LA matchup right here in the finals. The thing LeBron has been searching for his entire career, a true rivalry. This matters. It's bigger than LeBron. It's bigger than Tatum. It's bigger than Joe Mazzulla. It's definitely bigger than JJ Redick and everybody else on these 2 squads. It's a huge rivalry that dates back, and we get a classic finals right here. The NBA needed this. It'll heal the NBA to get a finals like this, and they'll get it. And I think to wind up and to round out an incredible career LeBron James wins this year's NBA Finals and retires after this season. Yes, he gets championship number 5 and goes out with a bang. Lakers win this championship, and hey, why not LeBron retire after a championship this season? That's about it for my NBA playoff predictions. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Now, at the buzzer, I want to round out this episode 210 by talking about what is one of the biggest disasters in sports right now, the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are a disaster. And it's sad because the Suns fans deserve better. From a point of the 2010s, I mean, this was a horrible franchise. They could never win. Then Monty Williams came around. They did really well. Then they fired Monty Williams. Matt Ishbia was tired of it. A few other guys were tired of it, you could say. They hired Frank Vogel. They fired him right away. And now you fired Mike Budenholzer, and you're paying 3 coaches at this point. Monty Williams, Frank Vogel, and Mike Budenholzer. And you're also paying Kevin Durant a horrible contract and Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Is it time to blow it up? I really don't know. Because Devin Booker's at his peak. He's in his prime. But is he going to get any better? Can he lead your team to a championship? We almost saw it back in 2021. Go up 2-0 in a series. They almost won it. But then Mashpia, new owner, steps in. Maybe it's because he's a Michigan State Spartan. He didn't know what he was doing out there. But he blew up this team in the wrong way. He wanted to get superstars, and he got superstars. He got rid of Chris Paul. He got Bradley Beal, an aging star. He got Kevin Durant, who hasn't performed at Kevin Durant levels in Phoenix. He's still been good, but he hasn't been at Kevin Durant levels. Bradley Beal has been lower than a Drew Holiday type of player, and I think that's what made him really angry with Mike Budenholzer when he asked him to play like Drew Holiday. Well, Bradley Beal's not even playing like that at this point. Devin Booker, I don't know what's next for him, because he's kind of the oddball in all this. He's been there his whole career. Does he want to leave? Does he want to stay? It's the oddball. But I don't know what you do. You have no draft capital. You're not going to get anything for Bradley Beal. You might get a little haul for Kevin Durant, but what's a Kevin Durant haul looking like in 2025 summer? I don't know. If for Devin Booker, that's the prized possession right now. Do you keep him? Do you let him go? I don't know the answers for the Phoenix Suns team. I just wanted to bring up the absolute issues that are going on with this team, and that's about for At the Buzzer this week. Now, the best for last question of the day. This week's question of the day is relating to soccer a little bit. Who will win the Champions League? We're into the semifinals of Champions League, the UCL. Who will win the 2025 Champions League? Leave your answer in the comments. That's bad for question of the day this week. That's bad for Schoolyard Sports. So Lane Frigg, episode 210. Thank you for tuning in. Follow Schoolyard Sports on Instagram at Schoolyard Sports. Follow Schoolyard Sports on X at Schoolyard Sport. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review for the best sports content in the world. Be back here next week, episode 211. Stay tuned.